believe we talked to you as well after the series between Aliiance, last tour, of course, in Division 2. Did you feel like it was very different this time around compared to last time around, for you personally?
Yeah, I would say this time was a bit different because the stakes are a lot higher, right? Like in Division 2, I feel like both teams were kind of understanding that we were going to qualify to Division 1 pretty much no matter what. We were both the favorites. And this time it's kind of the opposite, like we're both, you know, not doing too hot in this league, and then this is one of the games that really matters in terms of, you know, just staying in Division 1 basically.
Yeah, and I'm happy you brought that up because obviously you guys were the first team in Division 2 that were able to make it out of Division 2 without dropping a single game, right? That was incredibly impressive. And then you come to Division 1. Obviously, the playing field is a little bit more stacked here. And you haven't had, well, you've got a couple of wins, but you haven't had the best series results just yet. How do you feel like that progression has been going for you and the team, considering it was such a difference from Division 2?
Well, obviously it's going to be way different when you go to Div 1, especially in Europe. Like, you know, we have experience from playing it, but like when you play Division 2 for such a long time, you get away with a bit more, like in drafts, in the early game, you know, whatever you do, like you get away with a bit more, so you don't really get punished. And as you said, we did a 14-0. Now we have to play against teams like Secret, Tundra, OG, you know, teams that are not only winning majors, winning TIs and stuff like that, very, very experienced teams. And it's obviously a different playing field. It takes a while to get used to. You know, we have some old players on our team, like we played together, but still, like we have some experience to go through as a group, and we're just getting started with that. And I hope we're just gonna keep on gelling.
Did you feel like you had to unlearn some bad habits that you mentioned that you picked up in Division 2 because it's such a big difference?
Yeah, a little bit. I think. Yeah, there are some things you have to be a lot tighter. Like, I don't want to go into the specifics of what like we have to fix because like you know, help our opposition. But but it's like, you know, people they punish you way harder. Like they have cheesier heroes. Their players are faster. They're better. They understand, you know, cues in the game way faster. So it's just like you have to look at everything. Basically, it's not just like one thing. Overall, it's just way harder though.
I guess also following on from that then, when you entered into Division 1 this tour, what were your team's expectations? Did you expect to be a team that was potentially battling to not be bottom 2? Did you expect to be a mid-pack team potentially fighting for the major? Like, how are you feeling now being 4 series in, being 2-2? Like, how does that align with the start of the season, would you say?
Well, after winning Division 2, I think our spirits were super high. Like, obviously 14-0 being the first team that did that is like a real, like a confidence boost for sure. But then like that's before the major happened, right? And the major happens, these teams we have 3 European teams that do super good there. We're not like, we kind of had a break after Div 2, and then like we kind of come back. There's a new meta and stuff. We're not really playing the same heroes and stuff. So I think our expectations had to be adjusted a little bit. I think right now though, maybe we were slightly overconfident, but I think you know, it's just a reset in terms of mindset, and we start to grind like everyone else has been doing for the last month or 2, you know?
Sure. All right. And now a quick question. Marcy, you're a 4 player. How quickly would you like to see this hero nerfed? Or would you like to keep it at the same thing where every single spell is honestly just very good in the support role?
Yeah, I mean, I think it should definitely be touched. Marcy and Dawnbreaker for me right now should definitely be tweaked. There's no doubt about it. Like, there's some supports right now that are just like way too strong, and you can't afford not playing them, you know? Yeah.
Hello, Handsken. You've said previously about, you know, Goonsquad, the name, the definition of a goon is basically, you know, people that run around and make space. And I'm wondering what your opinion is on like the goon to non-goon ratio as Dota patches have progressed. Are there more goons now than there were 2 years ago?
I mean, it's funny, like, you know, we've been seeing, you're probably referring to like what Crit kind of started the discussion with, like creeps mattering a lot more than hero kills and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you're referring to. Sure. I just think like, even though Dota is a lot about farm right now, it's also a lot about map control and towers. And it's like, you really, even though like you can say hero kills don't matter, if you don't look for them, it's not going to be good for you. So like, if you're playing pubs like and stuff, just don't AFK farm for support. That's my take on it.
So
That is
still, still some goon action out there.
It's,
to be had. Yeah, that's
they dabble.
Definitely.
yeah,
little
dabble
bit.
in the goon action.
Dabbling, yeah.
Okay, another previous interview, you said with Aliiance previously, you felt that there were some unhealthy expectations that the team was putting on themselves, or maybe you were putting on yourself. And I'm wondering, with this roster, have you ever found that your expectations were a little higher than you would like, and you've had to like correct it? Like, okay, guys, let's just like play Dota.
Yeah, it definitely happens. Like sometimes you do strategies that you're used to running, and then you have a new teammate, and people don't really get it, or you don't get it. Like someone else has a good idea, but I don't get it, for example. It's just like you need to be really humble when you're making a team, and like listen to each other, respect each other's opinion, and like really try to find the middle ground. If you go into it thinking you're the boss and you know everything, it's gonna be really bad for you. So yeah, definitely.
You might not know this, Handsken, but Jenkins spent all the last game
I have another question if you want to ask.
researching which questions he would ask you.
Go on.
You want more? Okay.
We also have
All right.
Syndra's question as well, if needed.
Okay. Here's a question.
that after.
Do you have do you have a degree in something? Or do you have a computer science degree or something? Because a lot of your in a lot of your interviews, you talk about systems. You talk about a system between you and S4 drafting. You talk about a system as a team not being like work. Like it seems like you have a engineering sort of brain.
Well, a little bit. I would say I don't have a full degree, but I studied psychology in university for a while, but I had to quit that for Dota. Yeah, but I would say I'm just... if you've heard about the theory about colors in people, like you're going to be yellow or blue, etc., I'm sure some people know what I'm talking about. I would just say I'm quite a blue person in that sense. If you don't know about it, you can Google it.
What's blue mean? What would a blue person be like?
You were like, you're about the numbers.
It means... Yeah, and basically what you said, you like to be like look through all the stats before you make a decision, make systems, make habits, routines, all these things. I'm not so spontaneous, I would say. I'm quite the reverse, yeah.
Cool, that explains it.
Also, Syndra actually upstairs, he was really excited and also upset he wasn't on the panel. He wanted to ask about your name, actually, Handsken.
Right.
He was just like, yeah, really upset he couldn't ask you himself, but he asked me to ask for you. So could you just explain what Handsken means to, obviously, some people?
Yeah, for sure. So he knows about it because he's Danish. It means the same there. It means the glove in Swedish. And it's just a random name that my friend, I tried to convince him to play World of Warcraft with me when I was like 14 or 13 or something.
Of course.
And he just came up with the name Handsken. And then I got kind of known for it in the server, etc. So I just kept it with me, yeah.
Thanks. I'll pass it on to Syndra.
Always comes from WoW, doesn't it?
Always,
It always
Yeah,
does.
exactly. Everyone started in this range at some point, you know.
That's true. I got one final question to close the interview out, because you've already played against both Team Secret and Team Liquid, so you don't have to hide any information that you have on the teams. They're gonna play next after you guys, and I was wondering if you have some insight for us on that series in particular.
It's also hard to say with Secret, you know, because one day they can look really shaky, but the other day they come back with like brand new strategies and stuff. So you definitely never want to underestimate them. But I would say though, Liquid, they're looking like really in shape in terms of their playing. Like I think they play really fast, they play really synchronized. So I would say if I had to choose one, definitely Liquid.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Handsken. Always a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations once again on the win, now 2-2 in the rankings, and good luck in your next series.
Thank you very much, and you're welcome.
Congrats.
Thank you.